thanks to that short return. Guys, this rivalry's a throwback. Aren't many left like this where the stadium's divided right down the middle.
So much tremendous history between these two teams. And, David, it just always seems in this game, you throw out the stats, you throw out the standings, you throw out the records, and this is just a different energy when we see these teams play.
It's because you bring in the hatred. They don't like each other. The fan bases don't like each other. Texas, Oklahoma, it always means a lot.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based...
Hit the afterburners, kid! Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. The Longhorns want to pick up the tempo. They'll give it to the back. Pulled down after a pickup of 5, but they knocked that defense back, and they've got it down to the 34. They'll run play action. Finds his tight end. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Fast motion from the offense. He's looking to throw. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different looks. It's going to be tough for this offense to try to keep their quarterback standing up straight.
They'll play it safe and try for 3. He's going to try to knock one through. Oh, and he got a hand on it. It's blocked. He picks it up all by himself down the middle. He's at the 20. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And the extra point makes it 7-0. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Texas offense. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Winner of this game dons the golden hat, but you know, Jesse, only David could wear the golden hat among the 3 of us because there's no way either of us should put a hat on the kind of heads of hair we have.
Well, I've also understood that the hat's like a XXL. I know David's got a big dome, and that's probably the only reason why he would wear it. But I'll tell you what, these players, they think about trying that old sucker on after this game all year long, David.
Yeah, and trophies matter. I mean, this is something at the end of games. People run, you see, they go grab them, they put them on their heads. It means something to these kids.
And the Longhorns want to crank the tempo.
And that's really got to make this offensive coordinator feel good. You get a completion on a big 3rd down early in the game, and that should give him a lot of confidence calling plays this game.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They'll leave it with him. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. And after that last run, we'll see if they keep it on the ground on 3rd. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down. And the Longhorns are rolling down the field.
Man, this offense continues to do such a great job on 3rd down. One of the best in the country at it, and the reason why, they keep it.
And the ball's free in the backfield. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. 2nd down after the offense recovered its own fumble.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Nice job in coverage on that 3rd and short, defensively taking all the throws and options away from the quarterback, and now we're setting up 4th down.
First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. He's brought down, but there's also a penalty marker down. Let's see what this is about.
Holding, receive.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This offense is so deep in the hole, it looks like the end zone's at the end of the earth. Leaves it with the back. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 10. The deeper into the season we get, the more they win, the greater their confidence that they can finish strong here in the Big 12.
Heck yeah, Reese. The bigger the expectations get, the bigger the consequences get for every single game. So you know this league is tough. You know there's always a lot of points scored. You know there's playoff implications possibly down the road. So this team's got to continue to stay on course and continue to...
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that one. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff. And here early in this one, first quarter, they've now already given up 1.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. The Sooners will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
He's got his man. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route, running all the way across the field. And the DB just can't stay with him because of his speed. And as a result, they give up a big one.
Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. 2nd down coming up. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Works his way ahead for about 3 yards, stopped at the 23. The Longhorns headed quickly to the line. They'll go right back to him. And he's brought down, but the defender got a face full of stiff arm before he picked up that first down. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the second. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. The back goes in motion. Handoff from the gun.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
The give to the back. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra seat.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Longhorns! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And what did I start for this offense? The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
I know this Cotton Bowl is divided 50-50, but it's been mostly crimson and cream lately, Jesse.
And I think Texas, their players, their coaches, and their fans, they're just getting sick and tired of these outcomes, results, and the narrative too, David. At some point, the players just got to step up, make plays, and win the game.
Yeah, they get tired of hearing about it because all year long you hear about it. Then the next year, and when you put this losing streak together like they have, all they've done has been talked about in a negative fashion.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. And for a full year, the Longhorns have had to think about how they just got blown back down I-35 in that game last year, David.
And heard it from the coaches all week long about the beatdown. They talk about how much they got beat by, how they didn't play well, what they're going to do to them again, Jesse. They've heard it plenty.
Well, they've been waiting all year to try and resurrect those demons, guys, but that's the great thing about rivalry games. You're always going to get another opportunity the next year, so I can't wait to see how Texas responds in this one.
He'll pull it down. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Throws toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. 8th play of the drive coming up. He'll try the left side. They could have used a little bit more there. Pickup of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Looking to scramble. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. The Sooners will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. With the catch, it's Pacheco. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. They want to just keep throwing it. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They're looking for an advantage to the right. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. The Longhorns decide to punt it away. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. On first down, here comes this offense. He's looking to throw it. Unloads it left. Got a wide open receiver. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to seal the edge on the right. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Just keeps picking up the tough yards and gets it down to the 26. The offense burns his third and final timeout of the half. Ball's at the 26. It's third and short, and they'd love to pick up the first down and avoid settling for the field goal. They're trying to get to him. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. And the Sooners will hustle to the line. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. The give to the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. They'll line up for a second down play. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. And it's been a clinic in fundamental defensive football. Both teams have been relentless and ball hawking, refusing to give an inch. This is the kind of slugfest that real football fans love. Crushing tackles and dudes flying into gaps and passing lanes. A testament to the discipline both of these teams have shown.
The Longhorns will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense.
Oh, look out. There he goes. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a first down. The Sooners are moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw. Touchdown Sooners! And that one will give him the lead.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Wants to throw on first down. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. And the Longhorns are in the hurry-up.
And those long shots, man, I tell you what, it takes a little bit longer to develop. So as a quarterback, you know you got to buy a little bit of time. Mad respect, man. Hanging in there, knowing he's going to get hit, but still making the big play down the field.
They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. And the Longhorns are threatening in the red zone. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Not a lot of room down here. He's able to pick up 2. It's down at the 12. Running back goes in motion. Trying play action. He makes a grab. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Texas! A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target. They'll make the big play, get the touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Florida State has the lead at this time, but there haven't been quite as many tomahawk chops today as we expected. This is close. They are up by just 1 over NC State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Moves around to clear up the vision. It's complete on the right side. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, third quarter here, 2nd and 10. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. He's piled up 87 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. Here comes the offense on second down. Leaves it with the running back. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Ball's at the 25. They're in field goal range, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
The offense stays on the field. They just have inches to go on 4th down.
Man, when I was at Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in a game 4th and inches, and he'd signal in red Snoopy. Quarterback sneak. It works every time.
Just destroying his way through the field. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Makes the grab. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, looking for the score. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. They'll go jumbo package, 3 tight end set on 3rd and goal. What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll run it on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Oklahoma! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a 2-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Quarterback gets him up. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down. The Longhorns want to move quickly.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch. As you saw in that last play, getting a 1st down.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the right. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
On the ground, it's Pacheco. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up. The Longhorns send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Never had a chance. One coverage to get down there and knock him down inside the 10. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David, if they can add to it on this drive. He lets one fly deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Let's see what they've got on second down. They'll go to the ground. He breaks a tackle. He hits that hole. It opened up for him as he gets 6 and all the way out to the 9-yard line. He's up to 113 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. They give it to him again. Tough, hard-nosed running. He picks up 3, but stopped just short. It'll be 4th and 1.
And ball security at this point is at a premium for this offense. You're backed up in your own end. You've got the lead, so you want to be able to run the football and stay on the field, bleed the clock. But you know the defense is going to be ripping away at it, right? They're going to be trying to get hats to the football and forcing a fumble. So whoever's got the ball has got to have 2 hands on it this drive.
Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. And the Sooners have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced a 3rd down. How aggressive does the offense want to be in response? Because if I throw the football, get a 1st down, I can run this clock almost out. This defense has to make a choice. But this offense, how aggressive do you want to be?
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. On the return, it's Pacheco. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. So the defense trying to protect the lead, but they could also put a punctuation mark on this thing and end it with a big turnover. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in a groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
Just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too, because of what you just said, David. They can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right now with the lead. So someone defensively better step up here soon and make a play.
At the 45, on his way. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. They'll throw it on 1st down. Snags it. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the 4th, and the Brain Trust will go to work. And a big opportunity for this offense to tie the game up in the 4th with a touchdown. They'll try to power it in. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on 1st down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Direct snap. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he didn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And great job executing. The offense did what they needed to do. You got somewhat of a decision here. Do you want to kick it, tie it up? I think you do with this time frame. 1 to 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. You probably want to do that, but you could push the envelope. You could go for 2 and try to take the lead.
On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Dialing up a second down pass play. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, obviously here in the fourth quarter trailing, they're going to be throwing the ball, trying to get back in this game. Couldn't come up with it there on second down. We're expecting them to throw it here on third.
Quickly to the tight end. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends just so much versatility. You know, they can block and...
Lets it fly. And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
It's the plays like that that are going to end up defining and deciding this game, right? It's tight. Tie game, fourth quarter. Someone is going to step up and make a game-changing play, and the defender did right there.
And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. All tied up, under a minute to play. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Grabbed in the middle, it's Pacheco. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a third down and 3. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. They're going to go to the air on third and short. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. And the Longhorns will line up to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Sooner offense returns to the field. This one is about finding the balance between being aggressive and not being reckless, Jesse.
The only way this thing works, though, if they're going to be aggressive, this offensive line has got to be able to hold up here for this QB.
Yeah, because you need to take shots beyond the sticks so the clock will stop and you can save every second you have.
They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Trying to find his man on first down. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. He'll work his way down to the 28. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. The line of scrimmage is the 28. That'll make it a 45-yard field goal attempt and a big chance to win the game. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And this to put them on top as we get close to closing time. It's good. They have taken the lead in the final seconds, guys, and the celebration has erupted on the sideline. Took the lead with that late clutch field goal, and now to see if they can get a stop and keep them from tying the game in the closing seconds. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. This rivalry is always full of passion. It brings out the best in both teams, but today, Oklahoma a little bit better, David.
Yeah, it's hard to handle all the hype of the Red River Rivalry. And Oklahoma did an unbelievable job coming out the gates, handling it, putting hook'em horns where they belong, behind OU.
Yeah, you know, and this is a game that not just these players, but I think fans of college football in general circle at the start of the year every single season. The Red River Rivalry is just special because of the tradition and history these two schools bring, but it's all about Oklahoma today. Boomer, Sooner, and bragging rights for another whole year.
To the victor, the spoils. And the spoils in this one, the golden hat, and Oklahoma will be wearing it. That's it for the latest edition of the Red River Rivalry. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and our entire